StarCraft. Hell yeah, StarCraft. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Babylon. For the Shopify Rebellion, one of my favorite players of all time, it's ByuN. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, a top-tier Zerg player for Onside Gaming, it's Solar. And we have an all-time TVZ here. ByuN starting out with the barracks on the low ground. I'm expecting the 2 racks on the low ground, because that has been his standby, his standard opening for a while now. He does have some variations on it, though, and he could just go for the 1 racks on this map if he wanted to. But nope, there it is. Racks number 2. Exactly what you expect. Be interested to see if he goes for anything sort of cheeky. Been mentioning this a lot lately with the Korean players, but it is important to mention that, you know, we've got GSL coming up soon. I don't know what all the matches are. I took a look at the groups a couple days ago, but, you know, with my memory, I'm lucky I remember that the GSL exists. So I don't remember who's playing who or anything, but a lot of times the top Koreans will play their matches pretty standard or use, I don't know, use builds that are a little bit more known. They won't bust out anything too new or give us any like crazy fresh builds. They'll either do something really off the wall that they'll never use in GSL, or it'll just be standard macro. That's what we see a lot of times while GSL is going on. So I don't expect anything too insane out of these guys. But ByuN does have a lot of build variations. And one of the nice things about getting to watch these matches is if any of the players are trying to do some cheeky mind game stuff, they could play a certain style that they're not planning on playing in GSL, right? Just be like hyper aggressive, showing off all sorts of different kind of cheese builds in these tournaments, but then get to GSL and it's just pure macro. That kind of stuff can really throw players off if they're like researching, oh, how is he playing lately, what's been going on. But then there's the other beautiful thing that these players are so good, they don't necessarily even have to do anything special. We see ByuN already getting a couple of kills here. 2 lings and a drone. Just these 2 Reapers. The third one shows up and, oh man, this queen, she is way off creep. She's getting bopped. She's getting blapped. And she's going to get bumped. Bumped out of this game is what she's going to get. I was looking for other fun adjective words that start with B. But ByuN makes a 4th Reaper. Oh man, and a 5th one. So the 5 Reaper opening. It's just the slightest variation on the 3 Reaper opening. But it's so powerful. There are a lot of lings out, but they're getting caught. 5 seconds before Metabolic Boost finishes up. It's about to finish. There it goes. But now there's 5 Reapers. And the ling count is decent. But 17 lings is kind of scary to go up against 5 Reapers. If ByuN micros perfectly, which already this game he absolutely has been microing perfectly. Solar's going to have a tough time jumping on this. ByuN decides to play it safe. He pulls back. He doesn't really have anything back at home to defend just yet. So he just wants to come back and defend. He knows he got some good damage done. Killing a queen is always like a gold tier thing to do. He did a lot of damage to this hatch, and this could absolutely be something we see targeted down later by like a stim marine drop or something. That hatch health goes very quickly. Solar's going to have to keep that in mind. ByuN will keep that in mind, I'm sure. But this is a quick 3cc. I mean, he is playing heavy macro. And I think ByuN's got to be feeling quite good. Solar, on the other hand, it's a rough opening to lose a drone to the first 2 Reapers. Lose a good handful of lings. What was that? 7 lings and a queen. Just trading a lot for absolutely nothing right now. Also forced to build all of these lings. You don't really want to have to build this many lings early on as the Zerg. But we see Solar is getting back into it. He's taking a nice worker lead, saturating that 3rd base up. And it's going to be a while before ByuN can hit with like a lot of powerful units. He is going to have a double medevac drop full of Stim Marines in the very near future, which is always a scary thing. But the eBays are only halfway done, so 1-1 is still a ways away. And ByuN's going to be more focused on macro and just kind of harassing with these units. Solar's going to have to get ready for it, though. Needs enough Lings out to support the Queens. I don't think he has any other tech just yet. The lair is just started. No Evo Chambers. No Bane Nest or Roach Warren. So he is going to be on pure Ling Queen to defend this first little push. And the Reapers are going to make this a lot more difficult, actually. There's the big stim out of ByuN. He doesn't want to commit in. Instead, deciding to just pull on back. Doesn't scan to clear the creep either. He must not have had a scan in the tank. Oh, he's got a floating command center. That's probably why. Actually, it looks like he kind of made a mistake here. This is a fairly common mistake. It looks like he rallied this CC into the mineral patch instead of landing it. Didn't realize it until he couldn't scan that scan. And a little mistake there from ByuN actually pulls a lot of the pressure off of Solar. Now he's got plenty more Lings out. He's on a good drone count. And just that moment of hesitation where he wasn't able to clear the creep, decided not to go in on the Queens, and it feels like Solar's in a much better position now. I actually don't mind this position for Solar at all. Queen's getting targeted now, the Lings coming in. The Banelings are not quite done yet. And there's no Bane speed, obviously. It's still very far away from being done, so that's going to make it a lot harder for Solar to get any connections with those Banelings. ByuN finally has his third base landed, and he is pretty much caught up on workers. Solar finally getting back into some drones now. But ByuN equalizing that economy, actually taking the lead with those mules. And of course, continuing to build so many Marines, all the Marines. Who needs anything else? Why would you ever build anything other than Marines? There's the 5 Reapers from earlier, and then the Medevacs, which are there to heal the Marines and move the Marines around. Couple of Widow Mines here as well, and that armory is done, so Solar has to be very careful. They will stay burrowed. Little Lynx trying to come in. Bane speed still not done. ByuN standing strong, feeling confident in the amount of Marines he has here. Gonna lift up a couple Medevacs and head on in towards Solar's main base, it looks like. Solar has a lot of units and stuff to see what's out there. He's got the Overlords to keep an eye on this drop position. But ByuN's going to move into the 4th base. The Lings did not go into the main, though. So they are here to defend this and force the pickup. But ByuN still has the big push happening over here. More Widow Mines showing up. I'm surprised he didn't try to clear some creep. Going to rotate around instead. Nice scan there. Sees the Lings and Banes as well, so he can get these Widow Mines burrowed. Solar just going to pull back. Doesn't want to try to hold this high ground, as all this creep spread is getting cleared. So many creep tumors going down. And ByuN's going to hit on the top side as well. Solar has pulled the Queens away. Doesn't have any Lings or Banes there. They're all down here, and that means his 4th base is super vulnerable. Okay, he's got another group of Lings and Banes coming up here. ByuN not watching. Loses a lot of Marines to those Banelings. Nice catch there by Solar. Keeps the 4th alive and makes this drop a lot less scary. He's got to keep running the Lings back into the 4th here. Marines still pushing it on the bottom side. ByuN is paying attention to this side, though. He's going to lift up in the Widow Mines. Don't really get any connections. Ooh, maybe that one, though. Oh, good split from Solar. Great job. ByuN drops, but the Banelings are there. He just runs more Marines in. Who needs Medevacs? Not ByuN, and he is going to be able to take this base down. That 5th base is big dead. ByuN's dropping the main seems to have died, but he's just going to reinforce over there, and that'll be just fine. Still has this force to the bottom side. I don't think there's any Widow Mines left, though. It's just Marines now, which is good as they are. Definitely not as scary for the Lings and Banes to just move onto. ByuN's pulling back, pulling some of the pressure off as he's taking his 4th base. He wants to make sure he is able to get that. He knows Solar's on 4 bases right now. He is keeping that pressure on down here, and he just killed this one. So ByuN's got to be feeling pretty good about his economic position. Solar, though, this is how Solar likes to play. I feel like I've said it a lot. We see it a lot. He's playing on the back foot, constantly defensively, just barely swatting away the Terran, and sometimes he can't do it. but a lot of times he just gets to a spot where all of a sudden he's ahead, and all of a sudden he's winning fight after fight, and then he counter pushes and the Terran just crumbles. And this is what Solar does. He just pulls back. It's, you know what this is? This is the rope-a-dope. Solar is late game Muhammad Ali, and he's trying to rope-a-dope right now against ByuN. Tire ByuN out, force ByuN to do all this micro, sacrifice all of these units, just pushing and pushing, and he has so many just Marines. And then the moment Solar is ready to go, he's going to have Lingbane Hydra, maybe get some lurkers out, and he is going to have a powerful counter push. But ByuN doesn't want to let that happen. He is going for a huge Doom drop in the main base. Solar very late to sending units up here to help out. There's even Widow Mines with this. The Infestation Pit goes down. The Hive going to take some damage. It will stay alive, though. Solar is here, but the Widow Mines getting some good hits. Solar will push that back. Another push comes through, though. Solar doesn't have a ton of army left. Some of it's down here. His army supply seems to be dropping a little bit. The Viper's coming in, though. Parasitic Bomb on the Medivacs. This is when ByuN just comes back in the main base. He's got a little push on the bottom side. He could send some units down. But Solar's actually going to try to go for some counter damage. But the Banelings just running into the meat grinder. Oh my god, this drop in the main is doing too much. And GG gets called. ByuN, he didn't get tired out. He didn't get rope-a-doped. No, he landed those hits, and he knocked Solar out. Game 1 going to ByuN. Game 2 is going to be on Royal Blood. The players are ready. They do not want to waste any time. We're in the lobby. We're loading into the game. Yeah, ByuN really keeping that pressure on, not giving Solar a moment to breathe. It really is the kind of way Solar often plays. And I'll see him win a lot of games where, like, the whole first 10 minutes of the game, I'm like, he's behind. He's behind. He's getting attacked. He's just barely defending, losing bases. And then he's just waiting. He's waiting until that moment to strike. It did not come in game 1. His opponent did not give him a chance. In the upper right-hand corner of Royal Blood, it is ByuN. What is this SCV doing? I don't know, man. It's a little spicy. In the lower left-hand corner, we have Onside Gaming's Solar. Things are heating up. ByuN's like, all right, I want a quick game 2. Let's go, finals. I love this. All right, so proxy 2 racks. I'm not seeing any gases go down, so this is just going to be good old-fashioned Marines. Not going to be like a proxy 2 racks Reaper, which would feel really weird. Oh, it's 3 racks. Ooh, it's 3 racks. Okay, ByuN. Okay, ByuN. The Overlord's not going to spot this. Solar playing with the safe Overlord, which is where you just stick it outside your base. This is guaranteed to see those Marines and SCVs as they come in. It's not the earliest scout, but it is the only way to guarantee a scout. I actually wouldn't hate to see this Overlord out here. I think right here is like the spot. Because then no matter where they proxy, you can see those Marines enter. He is playing a little dangerous, moving it further forward. The units could skirt around this, but it's going to work out for him as Solar is going to spot this a little bit extra early. And he's going to pull the drones immediately. The spawning pool just now finishing. So Lings can start up, Queens can start up. The first bunker goes down, but there's a lot of drones here. Oh, but they're not actually fighting the SCV. Dangerous game. Marines pulling back. One Marine gets surrounded. The other ones get away, and it is 3 racks, so that's going to be a lot of Marine production. The delay on the bunker, trying to buy time until the Lings get out. The Spine Crawler is on the way. The drones surrounded that SCV, but they didn't finish the job. Ooh, there's one more SCV, so if this one goes down, there's still a chance for that bunker. This SCV is in the fray right now. It's in the fight, and the Marines are trying to pull back. So the Marine joining up, pulling some of the fire from these Lings. And now the Lings are all dead. Wait. The Lings are all dead. The drones have to run away. 7 drones have gone down. The bunker gets canceled. The Marines are still a threat, though. The Spine Crawler is done. And Solar is starting to drone up behind this. He's down to 13 workers. So those drones, those are important. Every unit he decides to make is very valuable here. ByuN gonna float 1 barracks. There is an Overlord, but the Overlord is actually leaving. I love this. This tells me that ByuN always floats the barracks over here. Solar's like, no. Yeah, he's gone. You killed the Overlord already. Oh, ByuN knows. ByuN knows where it is. That's amazing. He's gonna go find it. He's floating the other ones home. CC is on the way. Is Solar gonna scout that? He has already scouted it. He knows that that's coming up. So he's feeling more comfortable droning now. There's not enough Marines out to push through the Spine, the Queen, and the Lings. This is where it's ByuN. You cancel this, you pull the boys, and you go. No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible. Would be entertaining, though. Sometimes entertaining is more important. But Solar holds on. He's not in a great economic spot. Sorry, I just punched my microphone. Don't mind me. He's not in a great economic spot. ByuN is just now, they're even on workers, but ByuN's CC is finished up. So ByuN should be able to take a slight lead. Losing that Overlord's very painful because Solar's now supply blocked. Even as one more pops out, he's got to wait for these next ones before he can make anything. It's just extra money he has to spend and extra time where he's not mining with those probes drones he'd be making. But ByuN's tech is not in a great spot either. He's just now getting these add-ons. Factory is on the way, but it's still pretty far away. Solar is building nothing but Lings. Oh, he is just going to try to kill ByuN. He's hoping ByuN does not play it safe enough and doesn't get enough extra units out to actually take a good fight here. What's the Marine count? 7. Where are all these Marines? It's just these 3 and then the ones in the bunker. The bunker is here. Marines holding the high ground. They're not helping out, though. The SCVs will not get the repair on that bunker. This is so many SCVs locked outside the base, just trying to hold the front here. The Hellions will pop out, and that is going to help ByuN out so much. Only 2 SCVs died. The bunker and 4 Marines, but only 2 SCVs, and that is so good for ByuN. The fact that he built that bunker is huge. And now there's Hellions coming out. The starport is on the way. The Marine production is starting in earnest. 5 Marines building at a time. I didn't even realize there was a 3rd command center up and just done. It's already in orbital. That is insane. Solar's 3rd isn't even finished yet. He's back to droning, but that was a lot of Lings being made to get not a lot of damage. Solar's in a bad spot. This is not good for Solar. I know, like, the supplies look similar and blah, blah, blah. But I'm worried for him, man. Stim is almost done. There's going to be Hellions out, a bunch of Stim Marines, and there's about to be 2 medevacs to join up with them. And Solar is on Ling Queen right now. He's dropping double Evo. He's hoping that he can hold on with this and get into a quick 1-1. A quicker 1-1, I guess, than you might expect. But I don't know, man. I don't think Solar is going to be able to hold it. This is looking very bad for Azur. I think ByuN might be on his way to the finals. He's going to go ahead and take the 3rd base. And he's going to head across the map with these Marines fairly soon. He's got the 2 medevacs popping. I mean, okay, here's Solar's chance. If ByuN doesn't go, and Solar's got this 1-1 on the way, and ByuN just kind of chills, Solar's fine. But right now, he's building a few more Lings, but he only has 14 Lings. The army supply definitely in ByuN's favor, and the army is just better. ByuN's army is just stronger. Except for this 1 Marine. This 1 Marine is weaker. Yeah, weak. It has 4 kills, though, so it's kind of a badass. Let's hope this Marine lives. Oh, he's going to get healed up. Oh, look at him go, dude. Gets all that healing juice. Solar's made a lot of Lings. ByuN Took a little bit too long getting into this. He's going to force a cancel on the 4th base, but that is about all he's going to do for now. Where are the Hellions, though? These Hellions back at home in case of a run-by. But I feel like they could be sneaking in, getting some drone kills. They are going to show themselves. Morlings on the way. Banelings finally starting up here for Solar. Without Bane speed, they're not quite as strong. Here's the double drop. ByuN going to go in. Overlords are spotting it. The Lings need to move up there. Solar. Solar. There's a double drop in your main, Solar. Oh, no. Oh, the Marines are unloading. Lings and Banes showing up. A couple of drones going down. Already a lot of lost mining time. Good folks fire on the Banelings, but one of them does kind of connect. But ByuN has another push over on this side. And he's going to start pushing forward with Hellbats and Stim Marines. That armory is done. Trying to split against the Banelings a little bit here. But a lot of these Hellbats going down right away. The drop, though, going to try to kill the 4th base once again. Not a ton of Marines here for ByuN, but it might be enough to target it down. He's going to go for some Queens instead. Solar keeping them alive. And then pushing that drop away. Pushing this drop away as well. Solar holds on. He is still down quite a bit, though. He's down in workers. He's down in army supply. The upgrades are even. Both players starting up 2-2 right now. This is a hard hold for Solar, and it does not get any easier. ByuN is not going to chill. He is just going to keep on pressuring, this time with Widow Mines. As we know, the armory is done. ByuN's going to drop in the main base. And this is the real push on the 4th base. Solar morphing some Banes right now, but he's got to go in with what he has. Oh, the Widow Mine's getting some okay connections, and that one was beautiful on a big clump of Banelings there. The Marines come back in. ByuN's got to be careful, though. Ooh, this is a big clump of Marines. Meanwhile, the drop in the main base getting pushed away, but staying alive. ByuN still ahead in supply, still mining quite nicely. Solar, though, finally taking that worker lead once again. His 4th base is finally up and mining. 73 drones. The trades so far haven't been great for him. And the income is only just now going to take a bit of a peek in his favor. But ByuN doesn't want to let that happen. He's going to keep on pushing. More Widow Mines showing up. More Marines. He's going to split back off creep. Then the moment Solar turns around, he pushes right back up that ramp. Just got to keep on splitting, though. The Widow Mines are gone now. It's just the Marines. Oh, I just don't know if there's enough here for Solar. If the Banelings can connect, maybe, but they're just not getting the connections he needs. A couple more Banes popping. Hydras are popping out now, but they don't have their support. Solar supply is dropping, and GG gets called as ByuN finally pushes through and takes the 2-0 victory over Solar to move on to the grand finals.